Hi everyone! In my last video, I talked about the Unity events and possible effects on my project. For those of you who don't know it, YRPG Builder is a tool that I developed using Unity to be able to create very own Japanese-style RPGs. The controversies that arose from Unity's pricing policy have created uncertainty in people. Even after their withdrawal from the new pricing policy, the bitter aftertaste remains. So, I took a look at Unreal, and here is my first conclusion after 2 weeks. I first familiarized myself with the store and quickly discovered that there are already JRPG templates there. And honestly, they don't look that bad. So I wanted to get a direct look at a test project, which is based on the JRPG template from T-Games. The basic functionalities already existed: character movement, a menu, a battle system, and even a simple enemy AI on the world map. I really liked how round a free template could work. That's why I wanted to browse more to understand how everything works. After a short time, I realized that I could not find any C++ code. There was nothing like that for this template. How was that possible? The keyword here is blueprints. Blueprints are building blocks that can be linked together to allow programming with building blocks instead of a text editor or IDE. And it is really like that. Just about any feature you can imagine in a game is possible with the use of blueprints. So the first thing I did was to try to understand them. I have to say, it was unfamiliar, very unfamiliar, and yet I have to admit that after 2 weeks of exploring, I'm already well acclimated, and creating them is very easy to do. What can't happen are syntax errors or spelling mistakes. Thanks to the connection of the individual building blocks, you can very quickly see the sequence of your executed blueprint, and yes, you can also debug it. So in the meantime, building blueprints works so well that I extend the systems of the template and replace them with my own. Here and there are a few little things that I am currently missing or have not yet discovered. Generic type parameters, for example. But since you can easily extend the blueprints with C++, I'm sure this shouldn't be a big hurdle. So programming or tinkering together a blueprint is very easy, and I could learn it within a short time. The nice thing here: you lean on a component-based architecture and can create different types of blueprints that you can later reuse in different actor blueprints. What I found extremely fascinating is the compilation time, and it can't be compared to Unity. The whole process works blazingly fast. Unity itself takes a lot longer here. So long, in fact, that I often caught myself doing other things on the side. I would like to report the same about the performance. I can create huge terrains with foliage and lighting and still have my 60 FPS. And here, I don't even use the new nanite feature, which was first presented with Unreal 5 to display millions of polygons with a constant frame rate. Starting with Unreal 5.3, this feature is also usable for landscapes. But as I said, even before this feature was enabled, Unreal's performance was outstanding. Unfortunately, I also have to be the same of the graphics quality. Without plugins or add-ins, I was able to get a result with the first test that left me a bit amazed. The Unity version of my toolkit doesn't look bad, but honestly, this one is so much better. The lighting engine is years ahead of Unity. The same must be said of the post-processing shaders. None of the effects are out of place, overdone, or wrong in any way. They just look good. Unfortunately, I still notice something negative. But there are two sides to this as well. The Unreal editor crashed on me a lot in the last 2 weeks. I had many crashes with version 5.3. The good thing here: the logs can be forwarded directly to the Epic team, and that without having to make a big ticket with X information. During these 2 weeks, something had actually happened, and lo and behold, there was an update to version 5.31, and since then the crashes were reduced to a minimum. Up to now, I only had crashes with really nonsensical blueprints where I had changed the type of variables and then tried to compile everything. Unreal did not like that. So I started working on a small prototype. Just like in the original YRPG Builder, I wanted to have great dynamics for developers. Something like title screen map, music, first world map, or battle music should be managed in a central place. That's what the data tables are for example. Here we can use our own structures and then fill them with data. And the best thing here, there are already JSON parsers to load this data at runtime. This means I could even connect the current YRPG Builder tool here if I would change the export accordingly. Beside these basic things, I created a general animation blueprint for all Vroid models. That means no big modifications for Vroid models are necessary to use them, and that for the world as well as the battle maps. Promising. I created a simple third-person movement. It basically works like in the Unity version of GameCore. Running, walking, jumping, and of course a dynamic camera with zoom function. What I also created is the first attempt to create an event player. For those who don't know YRPG Builder. Inside the tool, you should be able to create code with building blocks which should then be executed by the game core. And hey, that's even similar to Unreal. It's not that abstract and works already very well. There are not many events, but they work and you can string them together separately for each actor. The event commands are then played synchronous, one after the other. So I could build the whole system in Unreal without the YRPG Builder. Of course, this would require a minimum knowledge of Unreal. But hey, I've been using the engine for 2 weeks now and think I've already learned a lot about it. It would be a way to offer a framework to work with in Unreal itself. Theoretically, I could already share the current progress. Whether I will do that? Uncertain. It would still take a lot of time, and time is expensive nowadays. Beside the event player, I also developed a movement handler, which can be easily added to any actor. So you can enable an actor to move. You can choose if the actor should move, if it should return to its origin at some point, and if it should follow the player on sighting. Events can be triggered on contact with an actor, of course. I'm amazed what was possible in 2 weeks, and I have to say that the Unreal Engine is really fun, even if I haven't discovered everything yet. Tell me what you think about it. Would you want a template that is only used in Unreal? So to say, a YRPG Unreal, or do you still prefer an editor that only offers the functionality that is really needed to make a basic RPG in Japanese style? Something like YRPG Builder. I would be happy about a comment from you about this topic. And now, have fun looking at what was possible in 2 weeks. Of course, it is far from perfect, and yet you can already see a direction. Many greetings and see you next time.
Mark? Please wake up, Mark.
Rose.
Are you all right?
I think so. What about you?
Everything is okay.
I remember Shibuya. How did we get here?
Do you remember that confused man we talked to?
Yes, Unity. There was a fight. What happened after that?
The world around us has dissolved with Unity.
Here it looks almost like Jalamnia.
Jalamnia? Is that your home?
Exactly. Maybe we'll get lucky and I can find out where we are.
All right, then let's get going right away.